Good morning. Let's see. Ear stuff is on good. Hope you guys are all here. Let's see. All right, I am live. Mute that and we'll get going. All right, good morning, everyone. It is, Monday, 4/20. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Michelle. All right, so today's our easy flow yoga, which I'm actually looking forward to. I woke up with a little lower back something going on, so you guys get to do some easy yoga with me. Good morning, Melinda. All right, so we'll start by standing up. So we're going to start towards the front of our mats. And, all right, mountain pose. So feet close together, palms together. Tuck that belly to your back and go ahead and close your eyes. As we inhale, we're going to bring those shoulders up to our ears and then push them down and away from us. Roll them back. As we breathe here, let's inhale through that nose and exhale. Good. Nice deep inhale. And exhale all the way down to the bottom of the belly. Already feel the body begin to relax as you continue to breathe into your Ujjayi breath, your victorious breath. Let's walk our brain around our body right now and see what it's feeling like. If you've got anything going on, hopefully not. As your eyes continue to stay closed, maybe checking your balance. So maybe rocking yourself forward and back and seeing how that feels today. Maybe even side to side. All right, go ahead and gently open those eyes. Let's take those hands and inhale them all the way up. We always open with the same thing. Exhale down, pretty much. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift those hands one more time. Right hand reaches over to the left. Bringing it over to the right. And then inhale, come up to center. Good morning, Gilda. Take it over to the left. Good. Inhale, coming to center. And we're going to open up into that cactus and look up. Good. Inhale, back up. And then exhale one more time into that cactus. Good. Inhale those hands up and then take them down. We're going to take that right hand over to the left ear, reaching those left fingertips out. And just to give it a nice little movement over to the right side. And just hold it for a couple breaths. And then we're going to take that hand, the right hand behind to the back of the head, and then just give it a little tug forward. We'll feel that on our neck still, but this time like towards the back of the neck. Good. I'm going to release that. Let's take the left hand over to the right ear, reaching the right fingertips out as we hold on just a little bit so we can feel that stretch. You don't even need to hold your head if you don't want to. You can just keep the hand and reach those right fingertips out. Then take the gaze towards the shoulder, the left shoulder, and reach those right fingertips out. So you don't even have to hold the head if you don't want to. Good. Inhale, come forward. Now we're just going to take the chin to our chest. And we're going to take our gaze. So remember, we're going to, this time, drag the chin along the collarbone as we look over to the right, and then take it to your full range of motion, and then we'll come up and over. Drag it down the collarbone. Okay, let's do that again. Over to the right, up and around. Take it back to the shoulder, and then drag it down the collarbone. And one more time. And back down to center. So we're going to stay here and then go over to the left. So drag the chin across the collarbone to the left, and then up and around, and then down. Good. Again, drag it, look up and around, and then down. And one more time. Take it over to the left shoulder, up and around, and then down. Good. All right, let's just bring those shoulders up into the ears and then roll them back and down. So nice big shoulder rolls, bringing them forward too, but I want you to really take it slow so you can feel all the edges of that shoulder. And then one more time. And then take it back. Make sure to continue that breath. You want to catch that breath with that movement still. All right. All right, let's take a vinyasa down to the ground. Let's inhale the hands nice and slow all the way up. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and bend those knees. Inhale, lifting halfway. And then take those hands down to the mat. We're going to take it nice and easy. Step your feet back. I'm going to take my knees down. Now you can take your up to the toes. Exhale down, chest comes down first, and then inhale, lift. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Let's go ahead and walk those legs. Get some movement if you want it in those legs. Stretching out those hamstrings. Pushing those hands away from you. Maybe bending the knees, feeling the length in your spine. All right, next inhale, we're going to look at our hands, step our feet forward. And we're going to allow ourselves to just hang here. So if you want to place a little bend in the knees, go ahead. We're going to hang those hands, or you can take those hands and grab those elbows and let your head hang here. So maybe shake your head yes, and then shake it no. And breathe. All right, go ahead and release those hands. We're going to nice slowly roll ourselves all the way up. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and then head are last. All right, good job. Let's take that left foot around the right foot back. We're going to take the right foot back into your warrior one. Right here, go ahead and bend into this left. You can bring those hands up to the ceiling. As you breathe here, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to work on our balance right away, so stay here with your lower body. We're going to take those hands behind us and push that chest forward. So clasp those hands together, push the chest forward. Good. Now, we're going to go ahead and lift up off that front foot. So you can just tap, keep the left toe down and big toe down, and stay here. If you want to try to lift a little bit more, maybe you take that toe off the mat, and you can take those hands in the airplane mode if you want. And if you come all the way forward, and maybe you can reach those hands straight out. So wherever you want to put those hands up, give you your best balance. Just bring it there. We're just going to breathe for a couple breaths. For 3, 2, and go ahead and drop back and open up into that warrior 2. Breathing there. Good, we're going to take that right hand behind us, tuck it into that left hip, maybe pointing those right toes towards the end of the mat more now, because we're opening up to the side, and reaching that left hand over. Going back into that warrior 2. And then let's go ahead and just step forward right here. Maybe shake out that left foot. We're going to plant that right foot and take that left foot back. Okay, so we're coming into our warrior 1 right here. So hips forward, 45 degree angle on that back foot. Inhale the hands up. Make sure those shoulders are down away from the ears as you breathe here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to just take those hands, remember, behind us, clasping the hands together. Maybe the opposite thumb is in front, so it'll feel a little bit different this time. Okay, push that chest forward. Good. Breathing here. All right, so we're going to get ready to come into our next move. So come up to those toes. Maybe you're going to tap them forward. So you can stay here because you're still working on that balance. You can lift that toe up as you lean forward. Okay, keeping those hands behind you. You can reach those hands back into your airplane. You can reach those hands forward. Okay, I'm going to try to find that balance as you breathe. For 5, flex that back foot. 4, and 3, because that's what we did last time. Just 3 breaths and drop down. Okay, open back up into that warrior 2 now. Settle right here, shoulders come down. Good, we're going to take that left hand behind us, tuck it into that right hip if you can. If you can't, just keep it on the back, okay? Right hand's going to come over and reach back. Remember, pivot that right foot or that left foot so maybe it's pointing towards the edge of the mat this time, because we're taking a nice little side bend here. Get back into your warrior 2. And then go ahead and step to the front of your mat. Okay, let's take a little, let's take a triangle pose. So we're going to do the triangle and then we're going to do the twisted. Okay, so right foot back. Points it more towards the side of the mat than that 45. So, I don't know, like, what is that, like 65, 70 degrees? All right. So reach, the left leg is going to go straight. Reach forward with the left hand. Take that left hand down. And then you can follow that left hand down as that right hand's up in the air into your triangle pose. Okay, so enter here. This left hip is pushing forward and the right hip's trying to open up to flatten those hips more. Like if you were against a wall, you might be able to feel your hip, your bottom, your glute, and your shoulder against that wall still. Good, let's inhale, come up. Now we're just going to pivot to the back of the mat here. Reaching forward with that right hand, dropping that right hand down. Left hand comes up to the ceiling as we slide that right hand as far down as we can. Keeping those shoulders stacked, looking up at the left hand if you can, and breathing here. 3, 2, remember those hips. Left hip's pushing back now, right hip's pushing forward. And 1, inhale, come up. Good, we're going to pivot ourselves to the back of the mat. So toes are going to point towards the back of the mat because we need to square our hips, so the hips come square. We're going to reach that left hand up and then take it over to the right side. Then drop that left hand somewhere on the right side of the body. You can just open up the shoulders if you want. You can extend out that hand if you want to. Okay, so we're going to breathe here. Maybe looking up at that hand, wherever that's comfortable, that you can find your balance for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop that head down, look up, and pivot to the front. So twisted triangle in the front. We're going to take those hips, make sure they're nice and square to the front of the mat. Right toes are pointing forward. Inhale the right hand. This time we're reaching it over to the left side, dropping that hand down. If you can get it all the way to the floor, go for it. And then open up. So you do use this right hand to try to twist you more, reaching the crown of the head up and forward. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and look down and inhale, come up. Good, step to the front of your mat. So staying with a little balancing poses right now, we're going to go into our tree pose. So our left foot is going to stay into the mat and take that right foot now off to the side. So you can keep the toes down on the mat, it's up to you. You can bring them into the calf or above the knee. I just ask that you don't put it into the knee. So kind of not be good. Right knee, and make sure it's pointing out to the right. We're going to tuck that belly, engage the Mula Bandha, chest forward, the crown of the head reaching up. Now you can take those hands to heart center, or you can take them up. So whichever one maybe challenges you more, or you're just more comfortable with, take it there. Remember to breathe. For 3, 2, and let's take one more breath. And lift those hands up as we inhale. And exhale, go ahead and release those hands. And that leg. Good morning, Maria. Okay, right foot's going to stay into the mat. Okay, we're going to take that left foot now, and we're going to bring it to wherever you want, right? So toes can stay down, foot can come into the calf, it can come above the knee. Remember, the knees pointing out to the left, keeping the belly to back, the Mula Bandha, so your Kegel muscle nice and tight, chest forward, and then your hands can either be up high or heart center. It's up to you and where you feel most challenged for today. Remember to breathe that Ujjayi breath, nice deep inhales through the nose. And exhale for 3, 2, good. Take one more nice deep breath. Exhale. And then inhale those hands up. Good. Exhale and release everything. All right, let's take a vinyasa down to the mat, coming to the top of your mat. We're going to inhale those hands up and exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, flatten that back, reach that crown of the head forward. Exhale, take those hands down to the mat and step your feet back. So remember, you can drop down to your knees. We're going to exhale as we come down, elbows come back, pointing back, chest comes down first, drop that belly down, and inhale, lift right here. Good, go ahead and tuck those toes and lift the hips. All right, nice wide hands here. Good, you can bend those knees to extend the spine a little bit more. We're going to drop into, so everybody bend the knees. Okay, come into your tabletop. So we're going to drop those knees down, and then we're going to play a little bit with that. So inhale, lift those knees, hover them off the ground. We're going to breathe here, nice wide hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, to push back into our downward facing dog. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale again. And exhale. So back towards that tabletop. We're going to hover those knees once again. So remember, push those shoulders away from you. Engage that core. That's where the work is coming from. As you hover about 6 inches from the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift up into that downward facing dog. Good job. So you notice that it's all in the core right there. Some of the shoulders too are working. Take another good breath here. And exhale. Okay, bring yourself forward. So over the shoulders, push those shoulders away from you. Go ahead and drop those knees about 6 inches from the mat and hold for 5. Go ahead and keep looking towards the mat. Keep that neck nice and neutral. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and push back into that downward facing dog. All right. We're going to look at those hands and step our feet forward. Coming into our Utkatasana, maybe put those feet as close together as you're comfortable, bending into that chair pose. So bend those knees, inhale those hands up, and then tuck that tailbone under. Good, keeping that belly to your back. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Inhale, come up, and then exhale, float down. Inhale, lift one more time. Place those hands down to the mat. We're going to step our feet back now and go ahead and lower down. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, go ahead and just bring the body down to the mat. Okay, so you're down at the mat. We're going to take this hand. The right hand first is going to come out to the right side. So the right hand is straight. We're going to drop our right cheek down to the mat. Left hand is going to come right next to the left chest. We're going to push up, inhale, and then open up. So that left foot is going to try to come behind you. We're going to be very mindful of our right shoulder. We're looking for a little stretch here, and if you don't feel it, maybe you walk that hand up or down in order to feel that little stretch. You're also taking a lower body twist here. You're on the computer a lot right now, or looking at your phone a lot. This might feel really good. It might even have a little pressure to it because the shoulders were rolling forward. Okay, come forward now. Hips both down. So the right hand, we're going to take it a 90 degree. So the hand comes up. So if you look at it, it's about a 90 degree angle. Cheek comes still down to the mat. We're going to inhale and lift. This time, we're not going to go as far because you're going to feel the stretch earlier because of the way the arm is bent. Good, breathing here. So yeah, back to that. Our shoulders get super tight. And we're getting that round shoulder, right? So we want to make sure that we protect our posture here by opening up those shoulders sometimes. All right, let's go back down to our hips. Okay, so we're going to go to the left side. Left hand comes straight out. We're going to take that left cheek down on the mat. Right hand's going to come right by your chest as we inhale and lift up. We're going to open up that right leg and try to tap it down behind you or go as far over. But being very mindful of that left shoulder. We don't want to overextend. We just want to feel a little stretch. Remember, this practice is really all about you. I'm just guiding you, but you listen to your body. You go as far or as, you have to follow your lead. Good. Go ahead and inhale, come back down to the hips. And then we're going to just bend that left elbow there. So 90 degree on that left side. Left cheek down on the mat, and then open up. Good. So this one I never go that far because I can feel it pretty quickly as soon as I lift that leg and start kind of opening up. I feel it. Plus I'm right-handed, so this shoulder, like if I ever throw a ball or whatever, I have a little bit more range of motion on my right hand, right shoulder. All right, go ahead and bring that back down to the hip. All right, hands come beside you. We're gonna inhale and push back into our child's pose. So maybe the knees are together or they're opened up, it's up to you. You can take the child's pose either way. Try to reach those hands out so you feel the length on the spine, on the back. You can bring those elbows up off the mat if you want a more active child's pose. You'll feel that a little bit more in the length of the spine. All right, let's inhale, come up. We're going to come into our cat-cow. So remember, the knees are right underneath those hips. Our knees are about hip distance apart. Hands right underneath those shoulders. First, we're just going to rock ourselves forward and back. Remember, hands nice and wide. We want a good foundation there. We can push into those fingertips, the pad of the hand. It takes pressure off of our wrist. Not that we're going to do that much today. Move those hips from side to side. We won't put too much on our wrist. But if you have any wrist issues, be mindful of that. Now, coming into neutral, we're going to drop that belly down, drop the chest down. As we inhale, look up. And exhale, bring that chin to the chest. Roll the back away from you. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, chin to chest. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, chin to chest. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, chin to chest. Go ahead and come into a neutral spine. We're going to take a spinal extension. So left foot first is going to come back. We're going to keep that hip nice and square with the mat. Belly to back. We're going to flex that left foot and reach that right hand out. Good. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop that down to the mat. We're going to take that right foot back, flexing that right foot, keeping the hips nice and square, so belly to back, and then reaching the left hand out now. So nice extension here. Reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips, and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Go ahead and drop that hand down, knee comes down. Very good. All right. Let's take those, go ahead and roll onto your back, actually. So go ahead and roll onto the back. We're going to work on our hips a little bit here. So bent knees, we're going to take that right ankle and place it on top of that left thigh. Okay, so we're going to take the hands and we're going to reach them through, grabbing either the back of the left thigh or you can grab the front of the left calf. Okay, so as you breathe here, you're going to feel the stretch in that right hip. Bring that knee as close to your body as possible, okay? Really breathing here. So nice deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, I want you to think about sending that exhale to that right hip. And try to relax it. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Continue to breathe there. If you feel it relaxing and you want to bring it your left knee now a little bit deeper and a little bit closer forward, go ahead and do so. Remember, exhales, push them to the hips. Good. Go ahead and rock yourself from side to side, keeping a hold of your left leg. Okay, now we're going to take this right foot and we're going to take it all the way to the left. So we're going to drop it down so the foot touches the ground. We're going to open up those arms and look over that right shoulder. Nice little twist. Good. Go ahead, inhale the legs to center. We're going to extend out that left leg. Hands going to come down to the side, nice and slow. We're going to exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't touch that ground. And inhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then nice and slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and release that leg all the way down to the mat. Good. Go ahead and bend both knees. We're going to take that left leg now. Place that ankle up top of the right thigh. We're going to grab the right thigh, or we're going to grab the front of the right calf. And breathe here. So remember those nice deep inhales through the nose. And exhale, push it now to the left hip. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Continue to breathe. All right, let's take that. Let's rock those hips from side to side. Okay, let's take that left foot now over to the right. So we're going to take it all the way down to the ground. Open up those shoulders and look over the left shoulder. All right, we're going to inhale those legs into center. Take those hands to the sides of the mat. Extend out that right leg, and we're going to exhale nice and slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take it all the way down, nice and slow. Control the drop for 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Very good. Let's take those feet over to the right. Okay, so the feet are just going to move over to the right. We're going to take the upper body over to the right as well. Cup those hands together and place your head. Rest it right in those palms. Feel the stretch on the left side of the body. All right, walking those hands to center. We're going to take those legs to center and then take them over to the left. And then walk that upper body to the left as well. So feel that stretch. A little banana with your body. Nice lower back, side body stretch. Okay, taking the upper body to center and then walking those feet to center. Go ahead and take those knees into the chest and make big circles over to the left with those knees. When I say make big circles, you really want to bring those knees into the chest. Push them over to the left and then push them away from you. And feel the lower back getting its massage right here, but controlling the movement, right? And then we're going to take it, when you come back to center, we're going to take it over to the right. All right, let's bring both knees into center. Give yourself a big hug. We're going to go ahead and keep the right knee in our chest and let that left leg come back out. We're going to open up this right knee. So first, we're just going to move it towards the armpits a little bit higher and then back to center. Good. Just about 3 or 4 times. Nice and slow. And then we're going to take this right knee and open it up to the right. So go ahead and take that knee down. Let that foot hit the ground. And then keeps a little bit of pressure on that knee with your right hand. Keep and open up. Feel that stretch. Open it up. Good. If you feel that your left hip is lifting up, just push your left hand down. And you do want to give it some pressure. So if you have the pressure of both hands pushing down, you're going to feel that stretch a little bit more. All right, knee comes into the chest, and then we're going to take it over to the left side, keeping that right shoulder down. You can look over that right shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. All right, let's go ahead and take that right knee into the chest. We're going to give it a nice little hug here, and then release it down to the mat. We're going to take that left knee now into the chest. Good. Take it towards the armpit, and then move it to center. Good. We're going to do this about 3 or 4 times. And then take that left knee, and we're going to take it all the way down to the mat. Opening it up. Maybe the foot touches. Remember, that right hip lifts. You want to push pressure down with that right hand. And so you're pushing both right and left hands into your body so that you can open up that hip a little bit more. Although you're being very mindful of, what it feels like. So we're not trying to overdo it. But again, if you've been sitting a lot, this move might be super tight for you, just like our modified pigeon earlier. So it's good to keep the body a little bit more limber here. It's good for your overall health, I'm telling you. Bring that knee into the chest and take it over to the right side, opening up the left shoulder. Research the psoas muscle a little bit. It's one of my favorite muscles to point to, because there's health benefits with it, like actually a healthy, like you get sick less when it's not tense. And psoas muscles connects down from here because it comes across the body down the leg. All right, let's take that knee into the chest and give it a nice little hug. And then we can release it down to the mat. Okay, taking both knees to the mat, or both feet to the mat. Knees are pointing to the ceiling now. About hip distance apart, we're going to come into our bridge pose. Okay, so nice deep breath. We're going to inhale. And exhale. I'm going to take one more inhale here. And on that exhale, go ahead and push those hips up to the ceiling. Good. Maybe you're walking those shoulders underneath. Okay, chest pushes up to the ceiling as well. You want to keep that chin nice and pointed to the ceiling here as we lift through the hips. So we're engaging those glutes, we're engaging those hamstrings. All right, the lower back is working here as we're breathing and we're holding this. So if your knees are pointing over, what you can imagine, like they're pointing over those toes, we need to walk those feet out. So you want the knees to the ankle to actually be in alignment. All right, let's open up those shoulders and release those hips down to the mat. Good. If you want, you can bring the knees into the chest here. That feels good for you as you inhale. And then exhale, release it down. We're going to inhale one more time. And then as we exhale, we're pushing those hips up to the ceiling once again, maybe a little bit higher. You can also walk those hands and place them underneath those hips if you want. Chest puffs high, so we're going to push that chest forward, keeping the chin pointing towards that ceiling. And you're still using those hamstrings and those glutes to keep you up. You're just a little bit higher now with this, those hands underneath. And you don't have to do this either. Good. Go ahead and exhale those shoulders out and hips come down into the mat. You can bring those knees into your chest as you inhale. And then exhale them down. So your last one, do whatever you want. We're going to inhale those hips. Inhale. And then exhale. Now inhale one more time. And then push those hips up. So whatever you have, I'm going to take my shoulders under as far as I can go. Push the chest up, push the hips up, and grab my hands underneath as I breathe. So that also try not to let those knees open up. So you don't want them to fly open. We want them to be nice and strong, pointing to the end of your mat. Okay, we don't want them to collapse either into each other, which they probably won't. That actually feels weird on my knees, so I would never do that. Right, roll those shoulders out. We're going to take those hips down into the mat. Take the knees into the chest. Good. Go ahead and rock yourself from side to side. Okay, we're going to take those feet out to the edge of the mat. So we're going to bend the knees, take the feet out to the edge of the mat. You can take it beyond the mat, but maybe just the edges. And we're just going to move the knees. We're going over to the left. And then dropping them over to the right. Good. Over to the left. And then up and over to the right. Good. Again, over to the left. And then to the right. And then we're going to take it over to the left one more time. And then we're going to leave them there. So if you want more out of this stretch, you can take that left ankle and place it onto that right thigh. And you don't have to do that. Some days I can do that and I feel it in my knee negatively, so I don't. So I'll pull it off. And other days I'm fine. Right now I seem to be fine. All right, go ahead and take that ankle off if it was there, place it back, and then we're going to take them over to the right. And again, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, that right ankle can come on top, and then relax there. Good. We're going to take that off. We're going to inhale up. Grabbing those knees, bringing them into the chest. Good. Rocking them side to side. All right, go ahead and lift your body up. We're going to come into the top, into our Navasanas on our mat. So And rock yourself up. We're going to bring those knees into our chest. Find your sit bones, so in front of the tailbone, nice and tight. Mula Bandha, lower belly is nice and tight here. Go ahead and bring those hands out, and if you want, you can take those feet to a parallel to the mat. We're going to breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in, push those hands away from you like a little crunch here, and then come back out. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe the opposite knee is up front. We're going to push those hands away from us and then bring it back out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to drop into your low boat, and I want you to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then exhale all the way down. Bring those hands above the head and reach those fingertips up as you reach the toes out and inhale. Tightening every bit of the body up, and then exhale, open that mouth and release. Good. One more time. Inhale, tightening everything up. And exhale, open that mouth and release the air. Relax the body. So go ahead and take those hands to the sides, to your sides. Maybe opening them up, whatever is comfortable. Maybe walking those feet to the ends of the mat, allowing those feet to now just hang there. Allow them to relax. Really mindfully walk your mind from your toes all the way through the body. See if you're holding on to any tension. And if you are, try to release it. Release all tension into this mat. Allow and let the body go limp. Even the muscles on your face, relax them. So I'm going to watch the time for you as you rest here. Maybe focusing in on just one sound. Right, as you slowly begin to bring yourself back to this moment, begin by wiggling your fingers and toes. Moving your head from side to side. Bringing your knees into your chest. And rocking yourself. Taking your knees to one side and using your hands as a pillow to rest there for a moment. Taking one final breath before coming up to a seat at the top of your mat. All right, everyone, let's take our last breaths together. Inhale those hands up and exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the hands up and bring those hands to your mind for positive thoughts, to your lips for kind words, and to your heart for a thankful heart. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Namaste. All right. Yay! Good job. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you feel nice and stretched out. And we'll see you tomorrow for a little upgraded yoga, right? A little faster movement or more strength in the body. Have a wonderful day.